Hello and welcome, my dear amazing people. This is a true life story, my life story, about a divorce and having child together. So if you are splitting or divorcing and you are having kids together or a child, then listen up, because this is so important for your child's mental health and emotional intelligence in the future. And this is literally the groundstones that you're going to put now for the whole life for the future. So when I got divorced first time, I was 28. I gave birth to my son in 26. From approximately 18 to 28, I was with my first husband. So I left my home very early. I had difficult childhood, let's say, and I kind of run away. So basically, I ran away, let's say, in another family. And everything was fun, easy, until there was a child. And then I became disappointed because my husband was not what I was expecting. And of course, I think he also was thinking that I am not what he was expecting. So at the end, we split up. I left when I was 28. So my son was 2.5 years old. And the thing is, in the first moment, our splitting up, our relationship was a bit toxic or destructive. He was full of resentment because I was the one who literally packed my suitcases and left. So I knew that. I knew that his ego is hurt. And I was thinking, okay, what is, it is. And in the future, I think things are going to get better. But things were not good in the beginning of our splitting up. And he didn't have a strength to make his promises a reality. He was supposed to come and pick up the son, but he didn't. For example, he came just 15 minutes and left, or he didn't came at all, and etc. etc. So my son was literally all in my care, completely in my care. I was satisfied with that because it was like that from the beginning when he was born. But there is something that I did, even though I had 28 and I had no clue about spiritual awakening and personal development and so on. But I just felt that my relationship with my ex-husband is one thing, completely separate from my son's relationship with his father. That's another story. So when, for example, his dad, my ex-husband, came, and when he was around maybe 15, 20 minutes, and we maybe had a fight secretly that our son doesn't hear, I said to my son, your dad is amazing. He is working, and now he has to go to work because he's taking care of us while working, and he just has to go, but he is truly amazing. He loves you. He always thinks about you. He always asks about you, and your father is basically a superhero. So I introduced my ex-husband, who I was basically fighting with a lot of times, as a superhero to my son. Like, your father is amazing. You can always count on your father, even though he is not around. He is around. I was telling stories to my son about his dad. And I think this is the best thing that I've done. My son today has 17. So he's 17 years old. I live in Tenerife, my ex-husband in Croatia, because I am from Croatia. And he comes here. He even sleeps in our apartment sometimes for like 5 days, 6 days, and has his own privacy, but whatever. But our relationship changed. We are not friends. We are not good, but we can count on each other. we know that when things get tough, we can count on each other. And my son has an amazing relationship with his father. When my son was like 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, their relationship got more and more strengthened. They became more and more connected, played more, went out, went for a field trip, went to the sea, and so on. So things were changing slowly through years. I had wisdom and patience with my 28 to put groundstones for all of this, because and for mental health and emotional intelligence and emotional health, I literally gave strength to my son. Because when a child, remember when you were a child, when a child thinks, my dad is basically a superhero, my dad always loves me, take care of me. My dad is always around. I can count on my dad. So even if I don't see him, he's wow. And then when he came and he was just maybe 15 minutes or half a day or one day or later a weekend with my son, and they had amazing time barbecuing, going to sea or going to park or playing football or whatever. Wow, his dad was like, wow, and dad is just, making my wishes come true. So everything was true. And regardless what I think, how, like, who is his dad or how is he, or I could say, I could make important all his flaws, but I did not. Actually, I made important all his good sides, positive aspects, positive sides, and all his strengths, right? So that is so important. Do this. Fight if you want with your ex when you need. Put boundaries, set boundaries, say clearly what you want to say, discuss, and at the end, make peace. Make peace first with yourself, then with that relationship, but keep your children out of it. And because of your children, because you love your children, because you want to be the best parent to your children, that's why tell them that their parent, the other parent, is amazing. It's for them. It's not for the parent. It's not for you. It's for your kid. And it's for whole life. It's priceless. It gives the child a sense of security, a sense of root, a sense of belonging, a sense of, this is the authority that I can admire, because the parent is the authority, the teacher, the hero in your life. And if you can admire your hero, if you can count on it, that's amazing. So this is a true story from my life, how I did it, and I'm really proud of myself of doing so. And I really want to inspire you or share this story with somebody who is just getting divorced or splitting up. And bite yourself if you want to say something wrong. Don't say it in front of your kid, and do what is necessary. Tell the story that your child needs to hear, and it will be in the future. Everything will be okay. Time does the healing. So it was like few years, 3, 4, 5 years after we became friendly again. Yeah. So I'm wishing you all the best. Be with me on Saturdays. Meditate with me on Saturdays. Sending you lots of love and lots of kisses, and wishing you all the best once more. Bye bye, dear ones.